My name is Kenyu. Today, I'd like to take you through a very ordinary day. Nothing special, nothing extraordinary. Inside a Japanese care home. From morning until night. When people from overseas visit care facilities in Japan, the first thing many of them notice is not the equipment, or the care system, or even the technology. What they often say is this: "It's very quiet here. Why does no one seem to be in a hurry?" These simple questions reveal something important. Medical and caregiving work exists in every country. It is, everywhere, a profession built on supporting others. But in Japan, caregiving has long placed equal importance on not disrupting daily life itself. Even in old age. Even with illness or dementia. A person's day still belongs to them. Today, we will quietly look inside the values that flow through everyday life. In Japanese care homes. Values that are often invisible in manuals or systems. Welcome to Inside Japanese Caregiving. Mornings in Japanese care homes do not begin with the hands of a clock giving the signal. Staff members move gently from room to room, carefully sensing each person's morning condition. The rhythm of breathing, facial expressions, the depth of last night's sleep. You seem like you could sleep a little longer. You woke up early today. These small, ordinary exchanges shape the beginning of the day. In some countries, waking up, meals, and bathing are scheduled down to the minute. In Japan, waiting until someone is ready to wake up has long been considered part of caregiving itself. Not rushing the morning is the first act of respecting a person's lifelong rhythm. Getting dressed and washing up can take a long time. Sometimes a hand pauses halfway into a sleeve. Sometimes the movement stops altogether. Even then, staff members do not immediately step in. They wait. Because what matters is not whether the task was completed, but the time spent trying. That time is what supports a person's dignity. In many countries, safety and efficiency come first, and assistance naturally becomes the focus. In Japan, caregivers may choose to watch over, even if it looks a little risky. Taking time is not inefficiency. It is a way of preserving the feeling of still being oneself. Day after day. When breakfast time comes, people gradually gather in the dining room. Even the pace of walking to one's seat differs from person to person. In Japanese care homes, meals are not just about nutrition. Who you eat with, the atmosphere at the table, whether the experience of eating truly remains. Chopped food, pureed meals, portion size and temperature. What surprises many visitors from abroad is that not a single meal is exactly the same. Even so, in Japan, protecting the joy of eating is believed to support the will to live. Recreation in Japanese care homes is very modest. Folding origami, folding laundry, simple exercises. At first glance, it may seem boring, but each activity carries a role. Being useful to someone, being allowed to be here. In some countries, stimulation is emphasized. In Japan, being able to spend time calmly is considered essential for emotional stability. Bathing is where cultural differences in Japanese caregiving become most visible. Soaking in a bathtub, warming the body from the core. Bathing is not only about cleanliness. It is a time to loosen the heart. It requires manpower and time. Still, Japanese care homes strive to preserve this practice whenever possible. The moment someone enters the warm water, their expression softens. That change quietly tells the story of this care's true value. In the afternoon, there are moments when nothing is scheduled. Not by accident, but by intention. Time is left open, unfilled, allowed to breathe. Some sit quietly by the window, watching light shift across the floor. Others close their eyes, drifting into a light, gentle sleep. No one urges them to move. No one asks them to be productive. Nothing needs to be achieved in these moments. In some cultures, time without visible activity can feel uncomfortable, even wasteful, as if stillness itself were a problem to be solved. But in Japan, doing nothing is not the absence of care. It is care. These unhurried moments are part of daily life, just as eating or bathing is. This space, this quiet pause, gives the heart room to settle, to recover from stimulation, to return to itself. Nothing happens. And because of that, something essential is quietly restored. As evening approaches, the atmosphere of the facility slowly changes. The daytime bustle settles. Movements naturally become slower. This is not accidental. It is a carefully created flow of time. Lights are gradually dimmed, shifting from bright white light to softer, shadowed tones. Staff members lower their voices, speaking more calmly than during the day. They avoid hurried words, choosing short, gentle phrases instead. For many older adults, nighttime is when anxiety grows stronger. Vision narrows. Sensitivity to sounds and presence increases. Only the vague feeling that something is wrong may remain. That is why, in Japanese care homes, before explaining with words, care is provided through the environment itself. The entire facility slowly prepares for quiet. Welcoming the night is, in itself, an important form of care. Even after most people have fallen asleep, care does not end. At night, staff members continue their rounds quietly. They move without making noise. Doors are opened and closed only when necessary. Even flashlight beams are used sparingly. They do not speak. Not out of coldness, but because protecting sleep is also a form of care. To watch over someone does not mean constant intervention. It means maintaining a gentle distance until help is needed. And yet, staff are never truly far away. Breathing patterns, the number of times someone turns over, the smallest sounds. There is always someone close enough to notice immediately if something happens. That presence becomes a wordless sense of security, supporting the night in silence. When you look back, a day in a Japanese care home may seem very plain. There are no flashy events, few dramatic moments. From the perspective of efficiency, many things could be simplified. Yet within this plain daily life lies a very clear philosophy. It is the belief that, even as we age, life remains life. Even when support is needed, people are not reduced to being managed. A person's time belongs to them until the very end. That is why Japanese caregiving chooses dignity over efficiency and reassurance over control. Inside Japanese caregiving. If today's story has offered you a new perspective on Japanese culture and values, please like the video and subscribe to the channel. Quietly protecting ordinary days. That is Japanese caregiving. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time.